Hi there, it's Natalia Hepworth for BYU Idaho Radio, and today I'm joined by Kay Field, who is the Jefferson County Republican Central Committee Chairwoman.
Correct.
Tell us what you do and how long you've done it for.
Well, I'm over the Central Committee of the Republican Party in our county of Jefferson, and I've been doing it for almost 2 years.
Great. So because of some new legislation, your Republican Party has decided to do a presidential caucus. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what that means for those who are voting here in Idaho?
Well, what that means is that the leadership of the Republican Party in Idaho has decided to conduct a caucus on March 2nd. It's a presidential caucus, and we will have 3 candidates that we will choose to represent us, to represent the state of Idaho.
Great. So historically, we would have done a presidential primary election, but instead we're doing this presidential caucus. Why don't you tell us what the difference is between the two?
It's put together by the party, it's run by the party, and it's paid for by the party. A primary is one that's overseen by the Secretary of State and run by the county election office, and it's paid for by the state. So they're kind of 2 separate entities.
Great. So when will this caucus be taking place?
It takes place March 2nd, 2024.
And what does that mean for those who are voting Republican?
Well, it means that if you are registered and affiliated as a Republican, you can show up to vote for your choice of the presidential nomination.
There is a deadline coming up. Why don't you tell us about that?
The deadline is on December 31st. They have to be registered and affiliated with the Republican Party. And they can do that through their clerk's office. But after this December 31st deadline, they won't be able to participate in the caucus on March 2nd.
So let's talk about where the caucus will be held. There will be different locations based on your voting precinct. Is that correct?
Well, it's usually based on population and venue size. And in our county, for instance, we are going to have 3 caucus locations. One at the high school, one at the middle school, and one out to the ALC, the Adult Learning Center in Territon.
So why don't you tell us what happens at a caucus?
Well, it can be a big event, depending on how many candidates you have, but it's a place where everybody comes together at the same time, and they cast their vote for their nominee.
So it's kind of like a rally.
It is. It can be kind of like a rally. You'll have some opening ceremonies. You'll have some campaign speeches done by those representing the candidates, and then they'll vote.
Right. So you said you do have to attend in person. Can
Yes.
those who are attending, can they affiliate with the Republican Party or register on the day of the caucus?
No, you have to do that by December 31st, 2023.
Great. And then you said that people just need to check with their clerk's office, and then who else can they contact for more information?
Well, they can contact the state Republican Party at idahorepublicancaucus.com.